What's up, everybody? It's your host and your boy, Don Mohsin here. Welcome to Flashy Knowledge, the podcast, episode 6. Today's episode is around how I continuously learn. Very hot topic, very popular topic. I'm asked this quite often, and I do apologize. I am just getting over a cold, so there might be a couple of sniffles, and my voice might sound slightly more annoying than it usually is, so just kind of bear with me. But anyways, welcome, and I'm going to really focus on a couple of key areas that help guide me in my learning. They help guide my education and my personal development. And to be honest, a lot of this today is common sense, but we all know common sense isn't so common, and sometimes we just need a kick in the butt to figure out, where we can learn things, maybe what other people are using. So maybe if you're stuck right now and you're not sure what platforms, what resources are available. Hopefully today will solve that for you, or at least give you some ideas on where to get started. So today's around, when you're stuck, when you don't have answers, when your brain's feeling like it's in the middle of a chaos storm and you need some clarity, or you need some learning, you need some development, you need to find a way to move forward. What do? Where can you go to learn, whether it's to solve a problem or whether it's just to better yourself? And as I mentioned, a lot of this stuff is going to be pretty common sense, but hopefully it'll help hammer in some of these ideas if you are stuck in any area of your life and you need to know what to do or how to develop in those areas. So when I'm stuck on anything, it's no surprise that the first place I turn to is a little secret known as Google. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Google. In this day and age, and in my previous podcast, me and John talked about this, there's really no excuse to say, I can't do something, I can't learn about something, unless it's like a skill a Navy SEAL has that's classified, or something around that, or like how to do surgery. And even then, you could probably still... Actually, no, I know you can. You can still research how to do surgery. Not that I'd recommend you, use that as your own sole learning, but you could still learn about that kind of stuff if you wanted to on YouTube or Google. So there's no excuse to say, I don't know how to get started. I don't know how to do something, because you can literally type in your damn question in Google and it will bring up the answer for you. But so the first thing I use to continuously learn is Google. I type in my question, I type in my topic, and I find so many different perspectives, so many different ways to learn about whatever it is I want to learn about. And I'll give you an example. I am moving over from Filmora to Adobe Premiere Elements and Adobe Photoshop Elements, and there were some issues. It was kind of a complicated issue, but I ended up somehow figuring it out through the magic of Google. But just the nuts and bolts of the story is the fact that you can't adjust the frame size on Photoshop or Photoshop Elements or Premiere Elements, and so I had to figure out a way to build preset templates. And it was very difficult to find, and it honestly took me over 2 hours just to get the information together and actually learn how to build them. But after that research and the effort, I built out my templates and I solved my problem. I had no idea what the hell I was doing at the beginning. No clue. But the magic of Google helped me out, and just learning from other people and learning from the forums and the practice. And I built a new skill set today. Now I know how to build these templates, and I know how to solve that problem for any video frame size I need in Adobe Premiere Elements. So that's just one example today. That's just proof that I'm not just throwing this your way and I don't actually believe it. No, I use this thing today. I'm sure you use Google as well, but I don't think enough of us put that. We don't jump to Google. No, actually, a lot of us jump to the conclusion that we can't figure it out, and it's where we get scared, or we get overwhelmed And so we just quit. We give up. I could have easily given up. That was some complicated stuff. I had to go in and mess with the XML files, and I had to figure out some workarounds around that even because there were some issues there as well. But the point is, I didn't give up, and I walked through multiple forums of that I found through Google, and I found my answer. So, folks, I use this. I'm sure you do too. Millions, if not billions, of people use it. So, anytime you're stuck, anytime you don't know what the answer is, anytime you need to learn about something new, try Googling it. Chances are someone's asked a question before. Chances are someone's answered that question before. And even if it's something kind of relatively new and difficult to solve, like my problem was today, you can put bits and pieces together and come up with a solution on your own. It's this inquisitiveness, this resourcefulness that's actually really what I'm pushing. Aside from just Google being a great resource, it's the idea that you're not going to give up till you get your answer that's really going to serve you in the long run. So folks, I use Google. I'm sure you do too. Make sure you keep using it. And just don't use the excuse that I can't figure out the answer to something. I can't, I can't get more information on it, because yes, you can. The answer will always be yes, you can. And let's say it's not on Google. You can ask other people, right? I mean, there's car forums, there's medical forums, there's lawyer forums. There's stuff for everything. Reddit's very popular, Quora. So there's no excuse for you saying, I don't know where to find the answer, and there's no excuse for you not continuously learning and using Google as one of the main sources for you to learn from. Number two, obviously YouTube. YouTube is a part of my daily regimen, honestly. I watch motivational stuff on YouTube. As you know, I also create motivational stuff on YouTube as well. And I make sure that I am using that to the best of its ability. I learn about fashion stuff on YouTube. I learn about CEOing on YouTube. I learn about social media, marketing, whatever. It's all there. So that's another very strong, very popular platform. I believe it's actually number two in it's ranked number two in the most used search platform, whatever you want to call that. Google's number one and YouTube is number two last time I checked. So, and the best part is we all love videos. We all love watching how things get done, whether it's to change the oil in your car or whether it's to build furniture or figure out tutorials for a program you're using like I did. So use YouTube. Most of your answers are going to be there. I don't want to say all, but you'll find a great deal of information on there. And I use it, like I said, I use it every day to learn something new, whether it's about personal development or career development or about my fashion company, The Lasting Impression. So definitely use YouTube as well. And like I mentioned, you're probably like, well, I already know about Google and YouTube. Well, this is just to kind of hammer this into your head and maybe put those ideas in your head that, yeah, you shouldn't really be ever saying that you can't figure out something or you don't know where to find more information when you have Google and YouTube at your disposal. Number three, you may not expect this one, but the number three, the way I continuously learn is Audible. Audible is a way to listen to books, and there's a ton of stuff on Audible. I'll be honest, about I want to say 2, maybe 3 years ago, I wasn't a fan of listening to books. I personally liked, and I still do, to be honest. I personally like physical books. It just, I don't know, makes it feel, the whole process feel more authentic to me. But I realized that I like listening to books when I'm doing things, especially commuting, working out. Maybe I'm just chilling at home, or maybe I'm cleaning. I love, actually, I hate doing dishes, so I always pop on one of my books while I'm doing dishes or cleaning up around the apartment. So Audible is a great way to learn. There's so many different books there, and if you're not one of the people that can sit down and stare at a book and sit in one place, you don't like that, that's perfectly fine, no problem. We all learn differently. But use Audible as one of the ways you can continuously learn. There's like Google and YouTube, there's a ton of topics on Audible, and it's only getting better and it's expanding. There's stuff on fashion, there's stuff on entrepreneurship, marketing, there's stuff on being more charismatic, a better public speaker. I mean, these are obviously a wide variety of subjects, but look into what interests you and look into what you like and check it out. See what you find that you like and stick with it. So that's number 3, Audible, a very quick and easy way to continuously learn. And one of the last ways I want to touch on today that helps me continuously learn is mentors and network. I personally use Score. They help small businesses, and it's all free. And you can find Score mentors in your area, and they'll sit with you and talk about your business and your plans and pretty much everything underneath the sun. It's been a fantastic resource for me. I've gotten some great ideas and had some great conversations through Score. There could be virtual mentors as well. Maybe people you haven't even met. Like for me, I personally see Gary Vaynerchuk, Tony Robbins, Simon Sinek, Grant Cardone as my personal mentors, and I haven't personally met them. I actually saw Gary Vaynerchuk and Tony Robbins at a National Achievers Congress, but I haven't personally met them. And but just watching them, getting influenced by them, listening to their stories, listening to their advice, I for sure see them as a mentor, and they're a part of my personal development as well. So it doesn't just have to be someone obviously that's ideal because it's a little bit more organic and a little bit more dynamic. So if you can find people in your area, like maybe you leverage Score, and again, it's all free to sign up if you're interested, and if any of you have a question on it, I'm happy to help you out, get you connected there. But yes, find a mentor, find someone who will keep you positive, keep influence you in the right way, and it's always great to find a mentor in the area that you want to be in. So, for example, if you're making 6 figures, you want to make 7 figures, it's always a good idea to have a mentor that makes 7 figures. And, obviously that's just, a very superficial way to look at it. But, for example, if you want to get into engineering, and you're just starting off in your engineering career, find someone who's a mid-level engineer and has been doing it for 5-6 years and is willing to talk to you. Chances are, if they really love it and they love what they do, they're probably going to love talking about it too. And you'll be able to find someone to engage with and talk about some of the trials, tribulations, and how to get to where they're at. I personally, that's why I love mentoring millennials and people just entering their career, because not too long ago I was in their shoes, and I love talking to them about some of the things I've been through, what it took me to start my own company and start my own personal brand, and some of the craziness that comes along with it. So find the right mentors and use your network as well. And what I mean is, people you can trust, your friends, people that have got your back, people that will be there for you, and invest in those relationships because that's what adds fulfillment to life, and that's why you work so hard, right? You obviously want to take care of those people, and you want to keep them around, you want to keep them safe, and you want to be able to do things for them. And that's personally one of the reasons why I work so hard, is because I've got a small group of people who I really care about and I really love, and I work so hard because I want to be able to take care of them, and I want to be able to do things for them and give them a good life as well. One key thing is make sure you know who's who in that network, and make sure that they got your back and they're loyal. Watch out for the snakes, and watch out for people that are fake. And one last thing I want to mention regards to the network, aside from just them keeping you mentally sane, is if you trust them and they have your best interest at heart, you can always bounce ideas off them. They can give you advice. They can maybe they have someone in their network who may be interested in what you're doing, or can talk to you about maybe some ideas you have. So they can actually, aside from just helping you stay happy and feeling fulfilled, they can actually help you learn about the stuff you're doing, and even about yourself. Maybe you thought you gave a good presentation somewhere, or maybe you thought your social media post was off the chain, but do people still say off the chain? But anyway, maybe you thought that, but someone's working in marketing somewhere. One of your friends is working in marketing, and was like, hey, this is how you could have done better. So that's one way that your network can actually help you out as well, in addition to just being there for you and keeping your life in balance. So, anyway, folks, that wraps us up for this week. 4 ways on how I continuously learn. Number 1 is Google. Number 2 is YouTube. Number 3 is Audible. And number 4 is mentors and network. I will leave you with my personal mantra. Remember, you got to take action to get action. I will see you all in the next episode. Well, I'll talk to you all in the next episode. All right, Don Mohsin out.